Okay, let's do it.
Do it.
That's the way to start it, Adam. Good job. Welcome to ComicCast issue number 165, brought to you by Dwayne's World Comics and Games, 457 East Sullivan Street in Kingsport, Tennessee. They carry comic books, graphic novels, statues, toys, and gaming merchandise, including miniature games, board games, and RPGs. Check them out, Dwayne's World Comics and Games, Kingsport, Tennessee. My name is Boogie Bentley, and I am not tired.
And I am Adam Wade Adams, and I am tired.
I'm Jason.
And this is Gaumer.
Wow.
I'm not tired.
Wow.
I'm not tired.
You know what?
I'm going to sleep off camera.
We are at ComicCast Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, wherever you get social with your media.
Where's everybody?
It's just me and you, buddy. It's just me and you. If you want to catch the VIP Patreon exclusive, you can go to patreon.com/ComicCastPod. Also, you're listening to this on YouTube, courtesy of the S&B Network. Do us a favor, smash that like button. Leave us a comment. Share out the link. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'll bring you guys back.
I was actually, my pug wasn't by me for once. I was going to put the pug in the chair, so you brought it back.
Oh, that would have been awesome. That would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing, dude.
What's up, Yule? What's up, Chad? Who else we got hanging out down in the live chat? We've got, where'd he go? Comic Man Andy. I think Comic Man Andy was tailgating and was like, I'm out. I'm not waiting 20 minutes for you guys.
Yeah, he's a Comic Core homie. It's awesome to see him whenever he pops in. I like that guy.
Jason was
in Baltimore.
Jason was tailgating also, and then he missed the pre-show.
Yeah, there was no Skype call. Waiting for the pre-show call and didn't get it. 10 minutes later,
so mad.
Got left on red. Got left on red.
Yule can prove otherwise when he listens to the pre-show, because there was a Skype call. You just weren't on it, but that's okay. That's okay. Talk about Baltimore Comic Con. You guys were rolling. Adam's here. What's up, Adam?
You were wanting to know who else was in the chat. I'm in the chat.
I'm glad you're there. You guys were rolling on Baltimore Comic Con. Talk about it some, Jason.
Yeah, man. Going there with the Comic Core. We're like another YouTube group, and made up of a bunch of other YouTubers. And we're going to have our own booth at Baltimore Comic Con. Pretty awesome. And we're going to be the only booth that has like a direct like Ethernet port for internet. So we're going to be like the only people like live streaming pretty much 24/7. We're there with Chocolate Comics, and also trying to think. Also, a comic book store we're bringing from here in Pittsburgh is going to share the booth with us as well. I'm trying to meet up with some people. Definitely trying to meet up with Ryland Grant, do an interview with him. I think
Ryland Grant, we coming for you, sucker.
Yeah, dude. And he tweeted us this Rocky IV cover. Looks awesome for Banjax. Looked amazing. So I'm excited to get my copy of that. Meet that dude. Hopefully, we can do some partying and some karaoke with the Comic Core, dude. I want him to hang out with us so bad. I think we could have.
I bet he will, man. I bet he would. He seems like the type of dude that would meet you guys out for drinks and have a good time.
It'd be so dope. Shot now. He's gonna be hanging out with all the cool people.
He's gonna be with Tom King and Snyder in the VIP room.
Their bodyguards.
The Eisner Award nominees.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
They have like a little gold rope.
Like scotch, aged scotch out of fancy glasses. What are you guys going to do? Karaoke? Come on, Jason.
Right. Drinking beer.
Like, manage expectations.
Drinking PBR. Yeah. PBR and raw potatoes. What the heck, man?
But yeah, we're also like, they're like partnered with Baltimore Comic Con. Like they asked us to come out and gave us like press passes and stuff. And also with the Heroes Initiative. The Heroes Initiative, if you guys don't know out there, it's kind of like a comic book. They help comic book creators and writers, and then give them like some money to help out through like for like retirement or like health funds and hospital bills and things like that. Some like old past writers and the Writers Guild or whatever, what have you. But yeah, really cool to be part of something like that. So we're gonna have a good time, and it's gonna be a big party for 4 days. And then also Thursday night, I'm not sure if there's any metalheads out there. If you're going to Baltimore Comic Con, it'll be in Baltimore area, but that night I'm going to a concert on behalf of the record label I work for. So it's this band from Europe called Oranzi Pazuzu. They're like psych prog death metal. It's a lot of fun, but they're going to be there. It's their first time in America, I believe. So pretty excited. Actually, they played 2 days ago, but this will be their second show.
Wow,
yeah, so we're going to be doing that Thursday night, and then yeah, dude. So we'll be doing that Thursday night, and then later on Friday, Saturday, Sunday is just nothing but comics. And
so that's all this week.
People, yeah, this week.
So you're out. You're out Sunday then, right?
Oh, I could try and make it in. I don't know. It depends if I'm going to be on the road or not. I'm assuming I'm going to be on the road, but I might make it back 2 in time. Depends what time everyone's leaving. I don't know.
Sounds like a good, confident answer.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
hey man, I got a cell phone reception. I can just
Yeah, you
do
just
one of those.
phone it in.
Phone home, bro. Yep.
Jason, can you bottle some of that energy you have and send it my way?
Some cocaine.
Well, this video's gone. No monetization.
Monetization.
Hope you
No,
guys
don't-
give us some super chats tonight because we're not making jack off of this video.
Does that mean I can swear the rest of this episode?
Probably. Hey, Thursday night, if
It's
you
not
don't
like we
like
said
death
heroin.
metal and you're not in Baltimore, you can listen to The Wrestling Council with
Yeah.
myself and Joel Carter. We'll be hanging out right here on the S&B Network. Man, Antonio made me feel like a real jerk. We were kind of going back and forth, and we decided to share with our channels because we have the biggest platforms. And he sends me a message. He's like, dude, what about Yule? We got to go on his channel. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
Yeah.
So we're going to rotate. We're going to get Yule. We're going to try to build up his
That's
YouTube
cool.
channel.
Nice.
That's what we should do. But I'm a jerk, and
that
Antonio called me
make
out for
this
it.
so easy to do the production of the audio. So it
Yeah.
doesn't add any extra
Who
wrinkles at
cares?
all.
Hey, we thank you on the show. Is that not good enough?
Great. I always go in to say hey, and then I just close the tab.
You don't even listen to us rip you after you sign it.
It just says, hey, bye.
Hey, bye.
Jason did the same thing, I think. One of you
It's
guys
fine. Hey,
did.
it's all about
Yeah, I'll
support,
listen for a
man.
couple minutes though, and then I'll be like, all right, I gotta go.
You guys are like, wrestling's for nerds. I'm going to go
I
read a
would-
comic.
Dude, I
Yeah.
wish I could know like the wrestling lore, what's going on now. I haven't watched since high school.
love how he
man,
calls
but,
it
like,
the
I loved
lore.
it.
Because it really
Yeah, it is
During,
lore,
uh,
dude.
during
It
this-
is, dude. It so is.
During December, you should do a list of like the best holiday wrestling segments ever, and it'll be called the Wrestling Council's Yule Log.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. Wow.
That's perfect.
Nice. Pretty
Huh?
You,
Huh?
Yule,
You like
you were
that?
saying like how you wanted to pick certain pay-per-views or DVDs to watch them and then like do a review of those. Like I'd probably be down for that, you know.
Yeah,
I
dude, we
haven't
can
been
get
on a
you on.
while. It's been
It's
a while
like
since
well-
I like seen something, but
And you don't even have to. It doesn't even matter. You can find a way to watch an old pay-per-view and come
Yeah.
on. Like I said, we're going to rotate guests. So when it's on this channel, dude, we'll bring you on.
yeah, they
and
have,
we'll just pick
DVDs
some
where,
random
like, Hell in a
pay-per-view.
Cells and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, totally.
Something old. That might be a good one to have you on for us to do
I
the
think that
Hell in
was
a
in
Cell.
Pittsburgh. I think that was
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that-
yeah.
Or
That'd be a good
I was thinking what is it? Dr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco, come on, man.
Yeah, Mr. Sacco. Sorry, Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, against
just
Undertaker.
happened?
I'm pretty sure that match was.
Confused too.
It was a
Yeah. Oh my God, my brain is mush.
Doctor
I'm pretty sure that match was good.
Sacco's sing along blog.
We got Chad Johnson
that's
watching wrestling, dude. He's listening to the Wrestling Council every week. Let me just advertise for the Wrestling Council all.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep
all
doing
show.
that, Boogie.
Let's
Good
talk about
idea.
something else. What else is
Talking
what else
balls.
is going on?
We
So
got
you guys want to
talking
talk about football? And speaking of Chad Johnson, and speaking of talking balls, how about those balls? They beat Chad Johnson's Mississippi State Bulldogs. So take that, Chad Johnson. I like
Oh,
you,
yeah.
but it feels good to win. Now let's talk about comic books or comic news or something.
All right, all right.
Anything.
Yeah, I
Anything.
saw Joker.
They
I saw
finally.
Joker.
Yeah, let's discuss Joker.
If you want, I mean, I'm not sure if you got everyone else saw it. Did you guys see it? No?
Adam's the
Yes,
only
no?
one that's seen it. Don't spoil anything. But
okay,
what you
we'll
think?
skip that.
Oh,
Dude, I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty good, but I think I had too much hype. I really tried not to get my hopes down, but I would give it maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10. But I'm really harsh on stuff, so I think it would have been better if it wasn't called Joker, you know. And I think a lot of people that have seen Joker and that rave about it haven't seen, like similar type movies like Taxi Driver or things.
That's
like
the
that.
one
So,
I keep hearing everybody compare it to.
yeah. So I mean, and also I don't know. I feel like this Joker is kind of like the Forrest Gump of Jokers, where he kind of just like fell into being so, like in control and in power. But then again, with the ending, I'm not going to say anymore because I'll wait till you guys to say it.
Yeah, it
I have
really
a certain
feels-
theory. So
It really feels to me, I haven't seen it, but it feels to me like it's taking advantage of people's ignorance of pop culture, but their love for pop culture.
Mm.
Not like
That's
a
a-
fake fandom, because I don't want to accuse anybody of being part of a fake fandom, but yeah, I mean, this movie's pulling all kinds of tropes from classic movies, but yet they put a pretty little Joker, comic book bow on it, so that
it's kind of like a J.J. Abrams.
But isn't that a good idea though?
I'm
I
not
like this
judging the idea one way or the other. I'm just saying it feels like they're trying to like give you your medicine by putting it in your chocolate pudding.
Nice.
They want you to watch good cinema,
Well,
They know
haven't you
you're not
ever
going to
heard a
watch an
spoonful of
artsy fartsy
sugar
Hollywood circle
makes
jerk.
them-
So let's put a Joker bow
Yeah.
on it, and then the masses will see it. And yeah, number one for another weekend in a row. So.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 dance scenes in there, and that kind of
Well-
ruins it for me and
well,
takes me out of it. Like,
oh, I'm
you-
sold now.
yeah,
You heard about the movies, the movies that are tied to like the Cloverfield
Yeah.
Mhm.
universe, but that like the movies that came out weren't originally tied to that. They were movies that were created, and
Right.
then through different things they
Connected dots.
yeah. It's like they had a
Abrams-
Taxi Driver remake and just slapped a
Yeah.
Joker sticker on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Sure.
and they're like, okay, and we could put Thomas Wayne in this
Right.
role, and we can make this role Bruce or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
People are
it's
gonna
kind
hate us for saying that for all this stuff. I'm sure, you know,
But
because there's some
Spoilers,
diehard
it's
Joker
been
lovers.
2 weeks.
Oh man, yeah.
I,
but
I
mean,
liked it though.
I don't know. It seems
I like it
polarizing.
too. I like it
It
too.
seems like people
Yeah.
love it or hate it. I
yeah.
saw
I'm
Dan
good with seeing
Slott
it one
tweet-
time.
Dan Slott was tweeting about it today, saying it was trash.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Wow. So you see,
Oh,
my-
Dude, he
well.
ripped it
And
hard,
We all
man.
we
Nice,
all put,
nice. I don't
know,
we
I've
all
read his
put bank
Fantastic
in what
Four,
Dan
so.
Slott says.
Man.
Dude, Jason, I read that last issue that you talked about last week.
Which one?
It was
Fantastic
so-
Four. Oh my
so
god,
bad.
dude! I told you.
the
I-
first issue of that arc was so good.
It was
and it's
so
like,
good.
now you're going to give me this superhero team that I don't want to
I
read
don't care
about?
about or know about.
Well,
Yeah.
And
I got
that's
2
Dan
pages
Slott.
into it. 2 pages, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till this arc is over, and then maybe decide to read the whole thing.
It was
So,
awful.
Yeah,
it was
dude.
Yeah,
awful.
Dan Slott's a forget no, but the thing about this movie that's very interesting, and that Dan Slott may very well be convicted in that feeling that he's posting, because I think everyone gets something different out of this movie, and it all depends on how you perceive
Mhm.
the movie. So
Right.
while some people think it's amazing, some people might think it's pointless. Everyone's going to get something different out of it.
Should we spoil the ending now or no?
No,
No,
shut your
no.
mouth. Calm
Okay,
down,
all right.
Jason.
I think the most
I want to talk about my theory. You know,
I think the most unspoilery spoiler is it's an unreliable narrator.
Yep.
I think
That's
that's the
it.
most spoil.
But isn't that
unspoilery
what's
spoiler.
supposed to make it good?
Of course, of course.
yeah,
Right.
but it's also
Like Adam
but
said, you can
also-
take it. You can take your interpretation however you want to take it. I think
It's but also it's not like the unreliable narrator. You're not saying, oh well, that narrator's unreliable. That is how you're perceiving the whole movie.
Exactly.
Like you are the unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you feel about these events that transpired?
Sure.
yeah. But there's also like a Fight Club, you know, a moment.
We're
with,
not
like,
supposed to
yeah,
talk
we're not going
about
to spoil anything. Yeah,
No, we're not.
No, okay, yeah.
But he
Well,
coolly
we're
punched
not, or
Brad
we
Pitt.
did. Which one is
they
it?
kind of
I think we
hold,
just
like,
did.
they kind of hold the audience's hand through that, like they show like flashbacks of like what really happens, and it's like you didn't have to
right.
do that after just saying like a certain line, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, like
Yeah,
there's a lot of
but
kinda
people like me
stuff like
that
that.
suffer from CRS should
Yeah.
or sometimes need it. You know what CRS is, right?
Can't remember
No.
squat.
It can't remember shit.
spot.
Are
trying
you
to keep it
trying to get us
Yeah, I was trying to keep
demonetized?
demonetized.
Calm down.
You can't get demonetized for.
Not now. I can't. Now I definitely can't get demonetized. Hey, look, Adam's gone. I'll take his place.
Are you gonna burp now? Oh my god! Wow, amazing.
He's mad. Look,
Oh no!
Adam, you didn't like that? Come on.
I don't give a shit.
He nabbed him back. He tagged him back.
Great.
Oh man, that was revenge.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Anything else
Definitely
you
not
guys
getting
want to talk
monetized.
about, or do you want to talk
It's
about
slow
some
go
comic
this
books?
week, man. It's a slow roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was not, the only thing I had in my notes before we started was Ryland Grant's Rocky IV covers. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
So
amazing.
good, dude. So
And we got
good.
some Rocky references to talk about later. I can't wait to get into them.
Cool.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a Rocky 3 reference in something, wasn't there?
Yeah, we'll get
There
there.
was.
We'll get there, bro. We'll get there, bro.
I hated everything this week,
Really?
pretty much.
I think I've
Oh,
read more
wow.
DC comics.
It's going to be a weird week.
Are-
I won't say
Oh.
I hated everything. I did hate a good portion, but a lot of it was I did not like.
We'll
for
get into
various
it. We'll
reasons.
argue about it. Because I thought there was some good stuff on the list, of which I didn't read a lot, man. I'm busy. That's like
Oh,
saying
I'm so
that's like
tired.
saying I'm tired.
I'm so tired.
Should we do a
got so
kind of
much
like
to
a
do.
You know how we do like the fast track kind of comic book review, like Gomer's Pile, like at the end? Do you want to do like a quick Gomer's Pile in the beginning?
Yeah.
Just an idea. We don't have to.
Oh man, you're flipping the script on me.
Flipping the
We can
script?
do that.
He's
Yeah.
like, hey, do you want to change
I'll bring
the
Adam
entire
back since
process
you
of
changed the
show?
script.
Change the script.
We'll do it.
On
Let's
the
get into
fly?
some random reviews presented by Collar and Elbow Brand.
Nice.
Check them out at collarandelbowbrand.com. Use the promo code ComicCast to check out to save 10% on all of the latest and greatest professional wrestling merchandise. Mine's Brian Hill Appreciation Day, so
nice.
Nice.
I'll just kick it off. I've only got 2 books, and they'll be quick, short and sweet. Batman and the Outsiders #6. Like I said, it's Brian Hill all the way. Brian Hill Appreciation Day. The conclusion of the first arc of his run on this book. It didn't feel like a conclusion, man. There's a huge, big time focus on Orphan and the Signal, which you get that vibe throughout the whole series. But the Ra's al Ghul arc is still front and center, and he has plans to take Batman's kids and make them his own, which I like. I love this book, so underrated. Great arc, but like I said, it didn't feel like the end of an arc. It's just going to continue and roll right into issue #7. Also, Postal Deliverance #4. Also, Brian Hill. Everybody freaking dies in this book. Seriously, there is so much violence in this comic book. The little kid, I think we all read issue 1. The little kid from issue 1, the one dealing with bullies. His story is really starting to develop. It takes a dark turn in this issue. I want to say what happens, but I'm not going to. It's so freaking dark. Like, I'm reading it, I'm like, he's not going to do this. There is no way he's going to do this in a comic book. Great cliffhanger at the end that's just going to continue to build this comic book. I wasn't sure, man. When we read issue 1, I said it was kind of weird. They had Mark's mom and then Mark, and everything was separated. I didn't know what they were doing with that kid. But 4 issues in, dude, he's bringing it all together. It's so good. Great issue, great series. I wouldn't even recommend just reading this. If this sounds like something that's up your alley, it's dark. It's freaking dark, man.
There's a lot to it, though. To get
go back and read it all. Just read all of Postal.
It's good, man. It's good stuff.
There's one more Brian Hill thing that came out.
I'm not caught up.
What was the other Brian Hill book?
There was a book that came out from DC called Secrets of Sinister House, I believe.
It's like 30
and in there's a bunch of short stories, and there's the last stories is by Brian Hill.
Not paying $30 for one Brian Hill story.
It's like 26.
Hey, I don't know how much it was. Is it?
What are you, a pirate?
No, I'm a researcher.
Oh, okay.
Researcher. It's for review purposes only.
No. Yeah, I guess he did a Constantine story.
Oh, dude, he could write a great Constantine book.
Yeah, it's called Constantine in Hell is for Dreamers.
So you didn't read it, you just saw that he was on that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm not paying $30 for it, though.
I know, right?
I think it was like 26 something. It was some weird price.
Dude, I just can't recommend Postal enough. I want to tell you guys what that kid did. I want to tell you what happened to everybody. Oh, my gosh. It was so good. So good. I just want to say it, man. I just want to say it.
I'll make sure to. I'll definitely try to catch up on that, dude. It looks awesome.
Yeah, get caught up. That 4th issue, dude. It's good.
I never read the early stuff though, so I got to do that too. You know.
I don't know that you have.
It's not necessary,
especially
probably not, right?
for this kid's story arc. You don't have to.
Okay.
Maybe the stuff with Mark and his woman and what they're doing up there. I don't think maybe that doesn't mean as much, but even still, the focal point is that kid, and that kid is what I didn't like in the first issue, and now I'm like, this is all about him.
Off.
Yeah, right, cool. It's so good, man. Dude,
he pull a Joker?
My gosh, I just want to tell you, but I'm not going to. What's on Gomer's Pile? What'd you read this week?
There's a couple of things I could mention. Nothing was outstanding except Joker: Year of the Villain.
That was amazing.
Dude, John Carpenter and Anthony Birch with Philip Tan on pencils. I think this John Carpenter guy may have a future in creative writing. Holy crap. It was dark and hilarious, and it was poignant in places. Maybe a little bit too much on the nose in some instances, but it was ridiculous. Just a great take on the Joker. Beautiful art, really cool design for the panels and stuff. Yeah, by far, easily the best thing I read this week. Anyone else read this except Jason?
I agree, dude. Yeah, oh, dude, totally.
It was so rad, dude.
I started to pick it up, and then I did. I almost made myself not read any of those one shots.
I had such a great time with this.
Yeah, I really like kind of delve into what's crazy and and what's like, I guess, purposeful. I guess we learned that like, Joker isn't really necessarily crazy. He knows what he's doing.
He's
and
just
then
evil.
Yeah, exactly. And then this
Yeah.
Robin was the actual like, crazy guy, but he wasn't evil. So it was really cool how they separate the difference. And you're right, it was a little too on the nose at times, but man, it was such a good read.
Guy. It had a whole like the good guy reference.
Yeah,
Chad Johnson says he skipped out on this book. He wants to know, should he buy it?
Oh, totally. Grab it.
Yeah, I had a wonderful time reading this. It was great. I also read Black Hammer Justice League 4. It was cool.
Oh, dude, I loved it.
We were right, Mixaplick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was basically the whole thing. I love how it comes
such
down
a fast read.
Yeah, it was a really fast read. A lot of cool art, but it comes down to Gale has to sacrifice yet again.
Mm-hmm.
The one who's probably made the most sacrifices. Yeah, she's going to have to do it again for them to get back. And if I were her, I wouldn't do it. To hell with you guys. Whatever.
Right? She's happy, and like it was cool seeing the showdown between Zatanna and that other, magic person.
Yeah.
And they kind of diss each other. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sassy gals being sassy gals.
Gaumer's going to continue with his pile. Guys, there's only 10 people in the live chat.
Oh, hi, guys.
If you're here, do us a favor, smash the like button. Share out the link on Twitter or Facebook. Let's try to grow this audience. I want more people in here interacting. Chad Johnson is awesome. He's here every week.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the guys are hit or miss whether they show up or not. Let's share it out. Let's try to grow this podcast. We're giving away free digital codes in the live chat all night long. I'll be doing that. So just look for that beautiful Jake Hagar face. There you can see where I gave away Black Widow. Look at that face. That's a face that loves people. So share out the link. Let's grow the live chat. I'm about to give away a free digital code for Miles Morales Spider-Man number 11. So stay tuned. Gaumer, what else did you read?
Ice Cream Man 15. Another good issue. Not really much to say. It's just quite good. I have to say again, dude, it was a pretty meh week for me.
Dude, did you read Detective Comics?
I've
not read that yet.
That's
dude, I have such a pile to read.
It was amazing, dude. It was so good.
Stuff too, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, Batman shows up in this like pyro fire suit and he looks badass.
I saw that, dude. I saw that spoiled, but I did not read it. Damn.
It's incredible.
Damn.
Also, Justice League Odyssey was really good too. I'm not sure if you guys were reading that or not, but yeah, I figure you weren't. But yeah, I've really been enjoying that, man. It's a good time for me.
So what about these 5G rumors? You guys heard about 5G?
No, what's that?
Like there's been 4 generations of DC Comics, Flashpoint, all these different crises or whatever. But they're saying that they're going to do it again in 2020. Everything's going to reset to number 1, and there's going to be all new characters taking over the mantle of the main characters. And this goes all the way back to that news that Luke Fox is going to be a new Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then building up Superboy in a way in Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That's exciting, dude. I'm all for DC relaunching anything.
It is exciting.
Man. I don't know, man. I'm not excited to see Lucius Fox Batman.
Me either.
Luke Fox, man. Luke.
I kind of would rather see like
it's his son.
A Nightwing Batman or,
He is Batman. He's just
even Damian.
What's it going to be, though? Is it just going to be a generic side story? It's not going to be the main Batman title. So what difference?
I heard it is.
Dude, if it's the main Batman title, people will be so pissed.
No, I hear it is.
Not if they wrap it around this whole 5G thing where they're relaunching everything. I think it'll be okay.
No, man. The hate that Tom King's Batman's getting, I just see it just spiraling onto this.
Maybe that's why they're doing it to
piss off people.
Yeah.
Is that smart though?
I mean,
is it smart if we just come on this podcast and hate on people?
It gets people talking about it, and
that's not always good, dude.
Are the people who hate on it, the people who hate on it, who are going to YouTube on it and hate on it, they're still going to buy the damn book, right?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know. That's what DC's.
That's the thing, because a lot of times these people that get on YouTube and hate on stuff, the people in on their videos in their live chat don't even read it. They just listen, and then that's their opinion, and they take it to Twitter. They don't read things for themselves. That's the frustrating part. That's what I can't stand about the comic book community. It's so ridiculous.
Did you guys read Superman?
I've got it, not read it. I've not done my homework. I'm sorry.
It's got Super Sons in it. It's like the Return of Super Sons. It's a purely Super Sons issue. But in there, they reunite and they do a little quick battle throughout the city. But one of them, you see him punching out the Riddler. It's like, okay, man, well, don't you know like what just happened? Like we know he's not the Riddler anymore. Like what's going on? I don't know, man. There's some other like stuff like that.
You just
I know.
It's okay.
Yeah, and then he uses the word "like" more than anybody else in this comic too. It's like, oh my god,
like what's up, y'all?
Like. Okay, dude.
He's writing like youth, man. That's how the youth
he is
nowadays. Get off my lawn, okay?
It's true. You got anything else, Gilmer? Or are we gonna move on?
Yeah, we can do what we want. Whatever.
Adam, you got anything?
It's your horse, man.
It's random reviews if you missed out when I took your place and started chugging .7 Up.
Jason made us change it.
Yeah, sorry.
For a while there, I wasn't paying attention since you took me out. No,
Brian
Battle
Rockwell
Pug
says, "Go Vols." What's up, Brian?
Battle Pug is fun.
Oh yeah, Battle Pug number 2. That's cool.
I wanted to read it.
Just
Didn't get
mention
to.
that. It's still fun.
That's it.
Good choice.
Jason,
Flash.
anything else you want to add?
Yeah, man. Flash was cool. You see, like at the end, Black Flash goes through and takes out Barry Allen. He kind of saves Eobard. No, not Eobard. The other one. The other Reverse Flash. He kind of saves him. And then, so we're going to see what's going to happen with that repercussions of that happening. Dude, Loki was awesome. Loki was a lot of fun. Still enjoying that.
How about that book ending though?
I know. I figured it would. I figured it was like a short, like kind of 6-issue thing.
It's the Marvel deal where it's supposed to be ongoing though.
Is it?
It's
Nah,
not
supposed to
selling,
be.
if final order cutoff sales are not big by issue 2, that book's canned by issue 6. That's Marvel's policy.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Really
Really enjoyed it.
People should buy the book.
Wow.
Laugh. Go ahead. Laugh, Adam.
Adam's laughing at me and Jason are like, but it was good. It was good.
Dude, Watcher from Xenoscope was really good. It was issue 3 of 3 came out today and finished up, man. Dude, with the cult like art stuff, like with the sigils, and it was fun. I feel like it should be like a popular teen movie, that would come out or get picked up.
Should I just buy the trade? Should I just buy the trade?
Yeah, if it's not like $30, because I feel like there wasn't each issue around $7 or $8. It was a little expensive.
There's no way. They're usually cheaper though.
Yeah, each issue was 32 pages of story. They were kind of like double issues, so kind of understandable. But the art was good and it was fun and enjoyable. I'd recommend it. But I guess that's all.
People hated me for hating that book. Sorry.
Boo.
I am what I am.
Tony Hodge says Marvel don't do ongoings, just maxi series. Well, this didn't even make it to that. This is just a mini series now.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some comic books. Man, Jason flipping the script. I kind of like it though. That was kind of fun.
It was fun.
Was it though? Kept me on my toes. Event Leviathan, number 5. Ron Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev, letters by Josh Reed. This book opens with Bendis just throwing a bunch of information at us. This list of suspects that we've had for a while: Steve Trevor, Amanda Waller, Maxwell Lord, Batgirl, the Red Hood, Jimmy Olsen's in there. Last issue, this new team of detectives arrived.
Jimmy Olsen. Can I stop? Come on. Jimmy Olsen in charge of Leviathan. Come on.
I'll be honest. When I read that first page, I was like, wait, Jimmy Olsen was a suspect?
Yeah, come on.
I didn't even realize that. I was like, what? Like, Jimmy, we're all talking Lois Lane, and she's not even mentioned in
Dude, they got really close to saying it was Lois, and I was like, oh my gosh, was I right? And then I was like, no, of course I'm not. This isn't the last
But
issue.
They were talking to
right,
Lois.
Though. My guess was right, though. I said it was one of the Manhunters, and it's going to be one of the Manhunters.
You did, dude. That's the only note I have positive about this is that you said it was going to be a Manhunter.
But anyway, they're talking this new team. It's Zatanna, Constantine, Deathstroke, a bunch of other people.
Harvey Bullock, that's cool. That's a good cool team.
I do like the team. They're talking to Lois at the opening of the book, and they immediately shut down this entire list. So when this happened, what you're telling me is the first 4 issues are irrelevant.
Yeah, the first 4 issues were just to say, hey, this awesome team that has Batman and Ollie on it, they don't know nothing. They're dumb.
Yep. And this whole list, what we've been building to, means absolutely nothing. I've been stringing you along. This does nothing. Bendis drops a 2-page spread layout, catching us up to speed. I like those. I do. Say what you want. I like them.
I liked it too.
The art's great.
It's Maleev. He's taking advantage of the artist he has. He's taking advantage.
Maleev's
and that's
great.
good. You got to give Bendis props. He's worked with Maleev enough to know where that dude, shines, and he's given him an opportunity to do it. Bravo.
And I had a big, long, drawn-out conversation at Dwayne's this week, or maybe it was last week, about Bendis. And one of the guys there was saying Bendis he's a writer. He's not a comic book writer. He's a writer. So when you read him collected, it reads a lot better than if you sit down and just try to read him month to month. And it's the truth. But this issue, it was a whole lot of talking. Lois Lane is in denial because her father's name comes up to possibly be Leviathan. I don't get that. Why did all that take place at the first half of the book? Is irrelevant. It means nothing. And why does Sam Lane say what was I'm trying to think of the quote. It was something like, I know Leviathan is right or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that either. Why does Lois Lane's papa have anything to do with any of this?
And she has to find the snowflake or something like that. I forgot what
the snowman ticket.
It felt like the first half of this book.
Because I Googled snowman ticket thinking, oh, that's got to be something from
It just felt like the first half was a waste of time, and the second half was what Jason predicted to happen. I felt like we went in that direction. Look, this is all going to wrap up in the last issue, and it's going to be like, oh, okay, and maybe
is it going to mean a damn thing? Nothing. Is Leviathan going to be anything?
It's not going to mean anything.
Then why do they do this?
It's wasted money
to get money. And again, look, this is a pretty harsh review of this book. I think if you sit down and read all 6 issues back to back, you would probably go, oh, this was cool.
Well, for what it is pretty good. It's
you don't think so?
You don't think so? It's Bendis doing his thing.
You just hate Bendis, Jason.
Yeah, I love Malik.
You're more commenting on the business of how this book is being sold and how this story is being distributed. Not so much on the story itself. Yeah, it sounds like y'all are just. It's more like, why don't you just give us a big collected instead of stringing us along and
that's just Bendis.
And milking instead of milking your fan base.
But that happened with Superman, dude. I read I read Man of Steel, and then I read the first 1 to 2 issues of Superman, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sick of hearing about Rogal Zar.
Yeah.
But then I had a low week at Dwayne's, and I was like, Cameron, throw all the Superman in there. I'm gonna get caught up. I want to read it because I enjoyed Action Comics, and I have. So I read all of Superman. I was like, this is good. I like this story. I like Rogal Zar. Jason hates it, but I like it. I think he just reads better collected. It's not the best thing I've read this year, but I don't regret buying it.
The thing is, a lot of those answers about Rogal Zar was answered in the Supergirl book, and then he just goes and changes everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Bendis is not getting near these teats to milk them.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're the one. You're talking more than Gomer, and you didn't even read this.
Bendis is New Avengers and Daredevil, those things read good and trade. You know what I mean? Even better in trade and single issue. But Event Leviathan, the first 4 issues, nothing happens. Just spins its wheels.
You cannot
Superman,
you can't even
nothing really
think
happens.
about.
Action Comics nothing really happens.
I guess it makes sense.
I disagree. I like Action Comics. I like Action Comics monthly.
I
wouldn't compare any of it to his Daredevil run, though. None of it.
Go back further. Go back to Powers. Powers was very good, collected. So I mean, I guess it makes sense because his power stuff was good, but going issue to issue is pulling teeth.
Gomer, what'd you think?
I'm still enjoying this for what it is. It's Bendis. If you know who Bendis is, if you've read his stuff, just like you guys have been saying, it reads the way it reads. It's a spy noir sort of thing, and Maliv's art's awesome. Maliv was great. It's just a Bendis book. It's not going to mean anything. If Leviathan doing all this stuff isn't going to mean anything to the overall DC universe, they're missing a big opportunity, and this doesn't really feel like it matters.
What would you do with it? Would you throw him into a Superman book? Would you come out with a
Bendis?
No, Leviathan.
I don't know if is Leviathan a group or is it make Suicide Squad part of Leviathan. If they've taken over for Argus and all these other...
Don't you be messing up Tom Taylor's Suicide Squad run now. Calm down.
I'm just saying maybe that's what it's going to be under Leviathan. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I was trying to remember what Bendis's contractual or partners with other writers. What he was doing.
The hardest part for me in this series... I
agree, UV.
And this is a perfect example in this book, is when the Leviathan character, the dude, is talking to Superman and saying, we're doing this for you. You know what I mean? Just let us do this for you, and then you can protect the world. Not everything is your responsibility. That sort of line of dialogue between him and Superman, if that would have been drawn out this entire series, where Superman is conflicted, that would have made a lot more sense.
Should have been in issue 2, not issue 5.
Or at least the cliffhanger, where Superman's like, you know what? Leviathan might be onto something. But no, he didn't want to go that way. He wanted to make it this noir thing where Ollie's cracking jokes and Damien's like, "Oh, I'm smarter than everybody else. Just shut up with your stupid characters and tell a story."
Yeah,
But it just seems he focuses on these wisecracks and, like you said, every sentence. And his dialogue is solid, but you've got to build a story. You've got to build a plot, and this doesn't seem like it's got one. It's just been Leviathan taking over and them trying to figure out who Leviathan is. And now, just like in Naomi, we're 6 issues in and we still don't have the answer to.
Yeah, we're gonna get everything in issue 6.
Maybe,
and then wherever he goes with Leviathan, you'll get this entire series summarized in 2 pages. That's what's gonna happen.
Whatever.
What's up, Basketball 77? Make sure you smash that like button.
Thanks, man.
Good to see you hanging out in the live chat. Yeah. Chad Johnson's a winner.
Yeah.
Congrats, Chad.
Oh, nice.
Got it. Giving away.
Even without that code, you're a winner, Chad. Don't let anyone tell you
you're a winner at life, but you're a winner at life. Let's get into the Batman's grave. Number 1. Whoa, really? Whoa, Gaumer. All right, let's get into this, man.
Okay, Batman's Grave, number 1, written by Warren Ellis, art by Brian Hitch, Kevin Nolan, and Alex Sinclair, letters by Richard Starkings.
Thanks, Rich.
Richard.
Or Dick, I'm not sure. I don't want to assume anything.
Dick Starkings. No, it's Richard probably. So, in my opinion, this should have been called Detective Comics: The Batman's Grave.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah, explain.
Because this is more like a detective noir story kind of.
What's
deal.
Batman supposed to be?
I agree with you, Adam. Continue, please.
What? What?
This is just called The Batman's Grave. It would have been cool if it was like from the files of. I'm not saying from the files of, but Detective Comics: The Batman's Grave, or presents The Batman's Grave.
Oh wow! So we're fussing about the name. We're fussing about the name now.
So,
oh my god!
Oh, here we go. Here's Adam. Adam's upset. Oh my god! Boogie disagreed with me. I'm upset.
Title sucks.
All right.
Oh my gosh!
Batman patrols Gotham, investigates a dead guy in an apartment. Dead guy appears to be fixated on Batman, and we get an interesting relationship between Batman and Alfred. It seems a lot more I don't want to say business-like, but
that might be a good. You're right. It's kind of there.
I liked
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're like the dynamic duo, the original dynamic duo before Robin. I like seeing them work together.
It's like exactly. It was like that is definitely a working relationship. There was they were side by what would that be called? Peers. They were more peers,
colleagues, maybe
colleagues. Yeah. And it's kind of sad because Alfred can obviously see where Bruce's life is heading. Obviously by the grave. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's all you can say. Nothing else happened.
I'll just say with Halloween coming up, you just want to ask, who might be under your floorboards.
Oh my god!
But the thing is, like, this thing is 12 issues long.
Yeah,
12 issue series. Like, dude,
dragged out, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I liked
it. I liked it, but it's like, man, do I want to buy this every month for 12 issues? Like,
yes,
I don't know,
I do.
I
like the first issue. It was cool.
It was.
You do, Jason.
I love seeing the detective stuff too, man. Yeah, it's definitely one of the better Batman books out there. So
that's exactly what I thought. Everybody hating on Tom King's Batman. If this was just Batman number 1, we rebooted it. Everybody would be talking about how great this was.
Absolutely,
the story, the artwork, everything looked cool in the Batcave. The pouches. This felt like an old school Batman story. Dude, that
like
2-page panel, with him looking over the city. That's what I want in Batman. This is right up there for me with everything Sean Gordon Murphy is doing with Batman. This is what Batman's supposed to be. This is the Batman story I want. I love this, man. I loved this issue. I thought I was going to hate it. I didn't even know what it was. I thought this was cool. We'll buy it. We'll talk about it. And this is going to suck. And I loved it. Batman doing Batman things. What more do you want?
I think that's my problem with it. If you're going to have an extra maxi-size 12-issue series, you've got to have a little bit more. And this is Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. I was expecting like the most amazing Batman debut of a series for the whole year. And I didn't get it.
What was better? What's better? What's
I'm
a better
not saying
Batman
anything
story?
was better. I'm just saying this wasn't anything.
So you expected the best Batman
to brag
debut,
about.
and you got it. So what more did you want?
Because there wasn't anything here. It's Batman has a case. I mean, the grave thing is so on the damn nose as far as an allegory goes. It was way on the nose. The art was wonderful. The writing was good. But literally, these are Hall of Fame creators, Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. I was expecting
Jason, did you
more.
love this book?
I was expecting more.
I liked it a lot. I would probably give it like a.
So he didn't say love, Boogie, did he? He said he liked it quite a bit. He said he liked it a lot.
Well, I mean,
Quit politicking, man.
I'm
Let
not
the dude
politicking.
talk.
I'm just
like
saying.
we know him from his Moon Knight. You know what I mean? It's kind of going to be the same thing. I think. I mean, not as good as Moon Knight because you can do more things with Moon Knight. I feel. I don't know. I guess they're different.
Is it not fair for me to say that if I went into this book not knowing who the creators were, I say yes, this book is terrific. It's great. But knowing who these writers are, who these creators are,
I really don't think that's fair to say.
I was expecting more. I was expecting quite
So that sounds like
more.
Jason going to watch Joker. It sounds like hype. You got too hyped and then it didn't deliver. I went in, I didn't even know what the crap this was, and I loved it. I thought for sure.
It's fair to say that.
I was going to like that Harley Quinn Black Label book more. Mm-hmm. This was one of the best things I read this week. I love this book.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I
want to do something off the script real quick. We'll keep going.
Trend. It's a trend.
Yeah, it's Jason's fault. He started it.
Cool.
Jonathan Hedrick that was hanging out with us. We talked about his Kickstarter book. We plugged it. I want you guys to see this. He was signing issues of Freak Show Princess at Kingdom of Comics yesterday. And just check out what T-shirt he was wearing while he was doing it.
Oh, dope, dude. That's
check
awesome.
that out, dude. That is so cool.
Great.
You can check out Freak Show Princess on Kickstarter. Just search Freak Show Princess. It will show up. We talked about it a few weeks ago. Everybody seemed to dig it, man. The artwork's amazing. But I just thought that was cool that he purchased a ComicCast T-shirt and he was rocking it. They're signing issues.
Where can everyone else get those shirts by chance?
Well, if you want me to just keep going, oh my gosh, oh. This is too difficult. I don't know that I can do all these things at one time.
You got it, Boogie. You got it.
You can go to bonfire.com/ComicCast. The link is in the description, and you can get your own ComicCast T-shirt. I almost want to go back in and order a black one. The gray one looks okay. The black looks dope.
That blue, bro.
The blue is the one. That's the one I got, man.
About the blue.
That's the Superman shirt.
Gorgeous.
It's the Superman shirt. Gomer, why didn't you buy one?
I think I bought like a dozen of them.
Did you?
I'm waiting on them to get here.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for bearing the website because they've already shipped. If you're really skinny, you could get a white one. Only skinny dudes can wear white T-shirts. But I'm with Gomer.
That's
dude.
our
Superman,
word. You're not allowed to use that word.
Superman one looks great. That's it. I just thought that was cool, man. He tweeted that out.
That's so cool, dude. That's awesome.
That is
cool to see that.
That's cool. Eli in the chat. I would wait till it's collected. I think it'll make a beautiful 12-issue book for your shelf. Because I did not care for the first issue.
See, I thought about doing that too. I thought about not buying it single, just buying it collected. I think it'll read great collected.
It'll have to read better than this first issue. Something I guess is going to happen in the next few issues.
I'm going to mute Gomer. Something happened. He was investigating a murder where the dude was laying under the bed of the guy he killed.
I thought that was really
so
cool.
Much that happened.
I really liked his
Spoiler
little
alert.
his little like VR spoil, like his VR like kind of thing.
Yeah.
He brought up the room and like looked from perspectives, dude. It was so cool. I love seeing like Batman be a detective and use his weird gadgets to solve crime. Dude, that's so good.
I just hope Bruce/Batman didn't say anything embarrassing or give away his identity while dude was laying on the floorboard listening to him.
Batman canceled.
I'm gonna move on to the next book here, but let me say this. Chad's apologizing for not giving a super chat tonight. Chad, you're here every week. You don't have to give a super chat every week. So here's the deal. Chad's not giving a super chat, but he says, can I still get a big chug from the man who hails from parts unknown. Look, I'll cheers to Adam. We'll do it together right here. Cheers, Adam.
Yeah.
Can I get a cheers?
I'm trying to figure out parts unknown.
Why don't you just play it up to Chad's comment and quit worrying about it and just cheers me?
I don't know. Why can't you just accept my
cheers to the working man?
Grave.
Just don't cuss and cheers to the working man, and let's get this over with and move on. I would hate for you to cheers me up here while I hold my 7-Up at the camera.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason.
Chad's got a great comment.
Chad's just kissing up to you, Gaumer. That's the
Well,
only
he doesn't
reason
have
you
to kiss
like
up
it.
to me. I think your hypothesis is a little twisted. Chad has no reason to suck up to me.
Yeah, I run this show. I can kick
Exactly. He should
anybody.
be kissing your ass.
I can kick anybody off this show. And I've already kicked myself off tonight. So
I know.
I kicked everyone off tonight.
Not
Everyone
me.
so
I
far.
haven't.
no,
Yeah,
Gomer's not
early.
been kicked
It's
off
so
yet.
early.
He
The madman
purposefully
did it.
did not allow Jason in the Skype.
Oh, the madman did it.
All right, let's talk about Joker, Harley, criminals. Man, I'm struggling.
You are.
Criminal sanity.
Criminal.
I'm a criminal. Now, Gomer,
You've been hit by.
now you got chat over your face. Let's talk about it. Jason, you got this one.
Yep. Yeah, writer Cami Garcia, artist Miko Swyan, and Mike Mayhew. Letterer Richard Starkings of Comic Craft.
Thanks.
Covered
Hey,
by
that's
Francesca Mattina. I like the
a
Mattina
twofer.
covers.
It's a twofer for
Yeah.
Richard there today.
Totally. Yeah, I like this book. It was funny because the first time I read it, I was pretty drunk, and I was like, I don't like this. And then next time I read it, I was like a little tipsy. I was like, I like this a lot better.
Oh,
And then I read it a third
I'll be
time
honest,
today.
I probably need to reread it then.
Yeah, dude, I read it 3 times, dude, and I liked it better each time. But yeah, I mean, Harley is a detective. You know, this is like in Elseworlds. You know, as most of these black labels are, and she's solving crimes for the police for no reason. I guess she's motivated because I guess her wife was murdered and she thinks the Joker did it, so she's trying to solve this crime and I guess help out the police force with other crimes. This is pretty much like Veronica Mars with a Harley skin slapped on top of it. So I mean, it's kind of like the same thing, I guess. Maybe Tom King did with Mr. Miracle and Vision, where it's not really the character and it's a whole new character with a different skin on top of it. But I mean, that's not always a bad thing. You can't write classic Batman the same goofy way, or Superman too. He makes his changes and develops in different ways into the character we know of today. But even then, we got to decide what's the best Batman or Superman you like. So what's your favorite Harley? I kind of like the last Black Label Harley character better, but I like this comic better than the other Harley Black Label one, if that makes any sense. I'm almost convinced that the Mike Mayhew art is photographs, like models, and then he draws over them. I think he's sketching soldiers. Really, I loved it. I thought it was really cool form of mixed. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really cool form of mixed media, but it does take you out of it because art's black and white for most of it, but then flashbacks and things are this really realistic Mike Mayhew art.
I like that style though. I like doing the different when you do a flashback and you change the art. I like that. But the photographs, oh man, it took me out.
I didn't mind that at all, man. Tracing, it sounds like he just traced it, but that's some great ass tracing. Holy
I think it's like I want to say he maybe gets friends or finds images online or like photographs, and makes maybe not even a set, just like people. And then I want to say he puts a filter on it, and then he'll like trace some parts over, and then trace make backgrounds and things as well. And it kind of makes like this weird mixed media kind of thing.
I would love to know the full process.
Yeah, me too, man.
Because there were some pages where the design was inspired using that style. And
they had a variant cover with that style on it too.
Mike Mayhew did a cover.
I had it in my hand and I was like, there it is. Hold on, Adam. Yes, and that's the style that's in the middle of the book mixed in with this other artwork.
You didn't like that book? You don't like that artwork?
I don't know. It's something about it, man. It's like Alex Ross meets what we saw in like Kill or Be Killed. I don't know, man. I didn't really like it. I didn't.
I mean, I loved it. It's just funny because there's a part in here where like she's solving a crime, and she's like, oh yeah, she gets like a clue or a hint to the neighbor downstairs also apparently got murdered kind of in the same way. And he was living with his son, and his son's missing. But she's like, maybe there's some kind of parallel between the way they were killed or clues or whatever. It's like, all right, well, who's this guy that got murdered downstairs? And it's like, oh, it's she said it was a widower who is now a contract killer, and I forgot, it's way more interesting than what's going on right now or who you are. Like, I want to see that. And then they do. They brought it back. They showed part of that story, which I didn't think that they were. So I was really excited to see that. Also, I want to see the black and white art, but the Mika Swayan stuff. Is that the same artist that did Black Magic on Image with Rucka? So I want to say it looks like the same kind of style,
No,
but I really enjoyed.
It wasn't.
No? Okay.
I don't remember the name.
Man, it reminded me of that a lot.
See, I like that art. I like the black and white art. I really like that.
Yeah, totally. It was really good. But man, this story grew on me like after the third read. I ended up liking it, and I really like the little cult, kind of sacrifice at the end with the Michelangelo kind of body parts. It just kind of got darker and darker as the story went along.
Yes, Nicholas Scott did Black Magic. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, I like that. I really like Black Magic.
See, your review's making me want to go back and reread it.
Oh,
yeah,
Black
it's better
Magic
the second
is
time around.
so good.
One thing that's throwing me off of this book too is I'm sick and tired of the black label oversized books, especially this one, because this one felt really thin, but it's still like magazine size, and it just feels awkward. That bothered me.
That's
I really like the magazine size though, just because it's more enveloping, for me. Like you kind of get sucked into it. It's so big.
I agree with you. That's the best part for me because these black label books seem to be highlighting the art.
Right, exactly.
Top-notch artists on all of these, and that's what they're trying to do. And I think this book says that in so many different pages.
Yeah,
this book is all about the art.
I think the biggest, how pretty I am. The biggest complaint I have is this is 9 issues. Like, are you gonna write this 9 times, dude? You know what I mean? Like,
it's going on.
If it was like 4 or 5, maybe I would. But like 9, dude, you're killing me.
This
like,
is cool.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna wait for like a hardcover or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have some sore teats, Jason. They're milking them.
Yeah, you just took me off the book, man. Maybe,
I'm sorry.
I'll let you talk about it. Maybe I'll read it collected. I don't know. I think it hurt this book too because I read this after the Batman's Grave, and I love that book so much and it's like how much. And I know this isn't a Batman book per se. But when you're getting into Joker and Harley and Gotham and Gordon and all this, it's like, how much can you do?
Yeah.
We got White Knight, we got Batman, we got Detective Comics, we got all these black label books.
Another Harley book that
it's ridiculous. Out. Yeah, if this was a Veronica Mars licensed comic, I'd be like, this is dope. I'm gonna get this like every week until
we can't afford the art for that.
But like,
you're gonna sell books like Harley is.
Yeah, I know exactly. But I mean, I guess what's my justification between buying a Veronica Mars book and a Harley book? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you liked it, read it. But I mean, the art was great, but it's not enough for me to pick this up week to week. If they collect it and I want to get it for the
I'd rather read it collected.
Book isn't for me. It's the whole serial killer stuff and the bios.
The bios of like killers. We already know all those killers. Like there's famous serial killers which are now in this DC universe for some reason.
That's weird,
weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
Dude.
Yeah, and guarantee that guy that like shouldered her after the conference was either A, the son, or B, the Joker to help him find the killer.
Exactly.
So it's like what's gonna be one of those two? I feel like it's all kind of just steps there, and it's all kind of predictable already so far. One issue in. So I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter to me. The art is enough to keep me reading, but I'm not going to read 2 Harley books. I like Steven Sedgwick's art more. I'll just straight up say it. I like Steven Sedgwick's art more, and I'd rather read that other Harley book.
Same.
Man, I don't know.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I think I like this Harley better than the other one, man. Just because I like detective stories,
Sure.
And the other one was like the other Harley book. I was really looking forward to seeing her and Joker's interaction, and I knew it wasn't going to really happen until like the very end, and it did, and then nothing happened. So like, all right, well. Maybe I got to get issue 2. Even then, I'm probably just going to wait until it's all done and read it.
Yeah,
but
I'm definitely
like this one, man. I like the art, man, and I like detective stories. Even detective stories in general. Like you got me. Like cool. Let's get into it. And then it has like serial killers and weird murder stuff. Like I'm even more interested. So I'm gonna probably read issue 2, but I really want to wait till the whole thing's over, man. I don't know if I want to have a bunch of floppies of this.
Jason, what you said something like what's the difference between a Veronica Mars book and getting this or getting a Harley book or whatever? The difference is Veronica Mars is not saturated in the market right now.
Right.
It's like Joker and Harley is all over the place.
Dude, Harley's getting a movie. There's an animated show.
But are they doing it because it sells? Like we can sit here and say, okay, I've already
But
liked
it just
this.
goes back to the
I'm out.
milking thing.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
Batman books are there?
But-
And
but if
you're raving on this new one.
Yeah.
There's like 5 Batman
And
books.
I'm gonna read a freaking another one, man.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Yeah.
But
Didn't
so
they say,
that's my point. If it works,
But
they have-
how do
they
we
have
know
to-
that another character that they're ignoring because they're pushing Batman isn't also going to sell and be
sure,
a
we
great
don't
book?
know that because
Exactly. We don't know that.
But who would it sell to? Would it sell to the hardcore fans?
We don't
But
know.
are there even really casual comic book readers that come into the shops anymore?
Again, yeah, we don't.
You know, we got pictures
I don't know,
leaking out
man.
on not leaking, but getting posted on Twitter talking about New York City Comic Con and how great the comic book industry is. And it's like, is it though? Because when I go to the comic shop on Wednesdays, it's empty.
Yeah, there's always the same 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
I like to think like, what's the average age of a comic book reader? Like, because the way Bendis and
heard
stuff
in the
write them,
30s,
it's like
Matt.
it's made for like 14-year-old kids. But I've guaranteed your average comic book reader age is probably like 25 through like up. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
that's
so why
been
are
a
you writing
problem.
these teenage books? Because like most of us don't want
Because
that.
it goes back to you're trying to get a new reader. But
Well,
is
they're
it
not doing
working?
Kids got video games. Kids got movies. They got
So is
porn
it
at the
working, or is your
fingertips, you know what I
book-
mean? Like, dude, there's
Is your book getting
what
canceled?
teenager?
Exactly.
You know?
Is it working or is your book Loki's canceled after 6 because
Yeah.
it's not selling?
That's a
But
bummer.
dude, that argument goes all the way back to Watchmen. That was part of what Alan Moore was saying about how the audience is growing up, but the characters aren't. And if the characters actually grew up with the audience, you would hate all of them. And that's the whole Watchmen cast. You hate all of them. They're easy to hate.
Moving on.
We could podcast about that. It would be a whole lot better than talking about Doctor Doom #1.
Oh gosh. Let's get into it.
All
Dr.
right.
Doom
Chris
number
Cantwell
1.
wrote it. Salvador LaRocca drew it. Guru Effects colored it, and Corey Pettit lettered it. Thanks, Corey. I didn't care for this at all. It's basically a day in the life.
You
of
are
Dr. Doom.
negative Gomer today.
I'm just calling them as I see them. I think you'll agree with me on this.
I'm curious about it.
what?
I kind of enjoyed it. All
You
right.
just wait till you hear what I say. Go get them going.
Day in the
man.
life of Doctor Doom, which is okay, I guess. The art was definitely just okay. But it appears that someone is framing Doctor Doom for an international incident, and that's the tone of this whole book. And that's my problem. Doctor Doom came off as a pussy in this book,
Oh my gosh.
and it doesn't work for me. He came off
YouTube,
as
just
a
keep my
bee.
money. YouTube, just keep it.
I meant like a cat, like a tame, timid. I mean, Kang shows up for like 30 seconds.
Not
Why?
like a
Brag?
vagina.
My
That was a
Doctor
fun
Doom
interaction.
kicks
Yeah.
Kang
Thanks,
in his
Adam.
time traveling butt and knocks him out of his house. Doctor Doom doesn't just kidnap this anchor man and torture him. You know, he ruins his life in front of the world. My Doctor Doom doesn't let Captain Colonel Britain or whatever the hell his name is jump over his fence and invade his country. This stuff does not happen to my Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
My
you're
Doctor
right.
Doom is not a wuss.
Hashtag
this-
not my doom.
Exactly, dude. He's a wuss in this, dude. The whole book. He's whining about this family that he didn't have. Oh, poor Doctor Doom. Are they really trying to humanize a tyrannical, maniacal madman who knows magic and awesome tech power? That's what we're going to focus on in this book. Turd of the week. Such a disappointment. I had so
I
much
can
help
hype
you out on that,
for this
Go.
book, and it was
My
garbage.
goodness. My
I like
Garbage.
the art, dude. I liked the art, man.
No, the art was the
I
only
love the
saving
cover.
grace.
This cover.
Oh yeah,
right
that
here,
cover's right.
one of my
dude.
favorite covers of the year. This
It's
I like the one where he's
awesome.
on the Latvian castle, like that alternate cover. That was really cool.
I
it's
mean,
C
the
cover.
art is wonderful. Salvador LaRocca is great. He's the only saving grace for this book, dude. This is not my Doctor Doom. It was terrible. It was.
you want to let
horrible.
Adam rip it next?
Go ahead,
and then
rip it,
Me and Jason
Adam.
will comfort each other.
Do you have a copy, Adam? I want you to rip it up on camera.
No.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Oh wow! This is how we get more views and thumbs down.
You're gonna end up on the news like that, dude.
Wait a minute. I think Chad's got bigger news. He says he
Yeah.
just fell down a flight of stairs.
Well,
Is it
he's-
because
he's-
Doom was so bad?
He's chatting okay. So
Oh no, R.I.P. I hope you're okay, Chad.
No, I mean,
I'm a winner, but I'm in a lot of pain. He sacrificed his body to win a free digital code. Yes, Eli. If somebody was narrating this in Megatron's voice,
I
Gummer would be
always
like, "It's the best comic I ever read.
whatever.
Transformers
No,
is great."
it was. I will say it was Doom. Doom came. They're putting him in the viewpoint of like a
Pansy.
no, not a pansy, like a I don't know what you would say, like a benevolent ruler, as opposed to a the dark brooding Doom who rules with an iron fist. And
So let's just change the character entirely.
What's
to fit
happened
one
to this
writer's.
character? What's happened to him?
I haven't been keeping up with Doom.
He's
Why
been
are
a
they
hero.
starting
I
over?
haven't. I mean,
They
I
didn't
mean,
validate what happened to him after that.
It's,
Now
it's
this
the same Doom.
Let's talk
that
at the same time. It's fun.
Yeah.
Was this
Not
the
sure.
same Doom that was
Realistically.
the superior Iron Man?
That's what I was trying to talk about.
I love that story. That's so good. And that was a
I
Bendis
loved
one,
it
too. I
too.
loved it.
Hey,
I loved
hey,
it.
Jason, who wrote that?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a Bendis one too. Yeah, I loved it, dude.
I'm just
I
saying.
always say that's the last good thing.
But I'm just saying, but though he went back to his old ways after that, right?
Put all the toys back in the toy box, right?
Yeah, nothing really happened to kind of
we're
wrap
back in
that
the
up.
toy box.
Yeah.
Freaking
What happened at the end of that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what happened at the end of that was like Bendis got contracted to DC and he kind of just hurried up the ending, which kind of sucked. He's like bring Mephisto in there and threw some magic excuse and be like,
We
oh,
never
that's it.
got a
Like you got to go back
resolution
to
that. And then
Not
he
really.
showed up in Fantastic Four, and I got excited for that first
that
arc.
was
But
good.
that was the character that Gomer's talking about. That was typical Doom. You know, he called it fan fiction, but that was the character that we expected it to be.
Yes.
But we don't know how he went from superhero to the old school Doom.
Yeah.
And now he's here, and I don't know what this guy is.
I do like how he cares for his country and his people. You know, he's like, okay, we're getting bombed left and right. Just like, go ahead, surrender. I don't want any more deaths. You know, I love my people.
But he seemed weak. I agree with Gomer that he seemed weak.
He did. Yeah.
But I still want to read it.
Oh, what?
I bet
I do want to see what happens next.
I bet he's a Doom bot, and that the actual Doom really did do the
that's
deed.
a better story than what we're gonna get, probably.
If that was the story, I would read that.
Better story.
If someone was like framing him, I feel like he would know who it is like right away when we get like swift vengeance, like immediately, like in the beginning of issue 2. You know what I mean?
Doom
if that doesn't happen, if it gets dragged on, I'd be like, I don't know, man.
Doom doesn't get fooled by master plan. Doom creates and carries out master plans.
And he has so many like alternative plans. He has a plan B through Z. You know what I mean?
So maybe Adam's right. Look, what's going to happen for me? This is the truth. I thought this was okay. It wasn't great. I felt like the way that they wrote the character was not accurate, and that kind of took me out of it. But this mysterious attack, I want to see who's behind it. I want to know what happened, and it's right here directly in my notes. I will be 10 to 15 issues deep into this story, trying to validate why I am paying for it.
Be one of those Loki that only goes 6 issues, man. Nobody's gonna.
I mainly want to know.
This will never survive. But I love Doom, and I love the Fantastic Four.
I love Doom too. This ain't Doom.
No,
this is some.
But how long are you sticking around with Transformers when it sucks?
Yeah. That's different.
No, it's not. It's just
a
like
little different. I don't think we should get into why it's different. But
the mystery of
it.
The mystery of who's framing Doom and why is kind of intriguing. I'm more intrigued about what his relationship is and how he's tethered with Kang. The Conqueror. I really like. I love seeing Kang. A lot of people hate Kang. They see he says he's in Marvel too much recently, but I love Kang.
No, I like Kang.
So I was like, I like seeing them two interact. That was cool for me. And Kang couldn't even stop. He just disappeared again while in mid sentence. You know. Yeah. So I'm more interested in that. And then I'm wondering what's up with like his kind of is he seeing these alternate dimension reality of a past life? You know, or maybe a future alternate life? You know.
I think you're guessing on that. That family was singing a song while he was wrapping his head with bandages. There was no reason for him wrapping his head with bandages except to wrap his head with bandages. Why show that?
Screen, you know.
Oh yeah, he was putting on his topical ointment.
Yeah.
I like him.
He had to put on his night mask. I got to put on my face.
Yeah, I think Jason just gave this thing a better title. Who Framed Dr. Doom?
Yeah. There you go.
I bet they're building they're trying to build a freeway through Latveria.
That's great.
Hey, Adam, do you have the free digital code for this one?
For
sure. Doom.
You want me to put it in the chat thing?
Yeah,
go.
Chat
I've already
thing.
dropped one in the chat. You can drop another one. Chad Johnson thinks he broke his ankle getting the last one.
Oh no,
dude! You might
this
need
one
to call an ambulance or an Uber. Might be cheaper, depending.
He's probably drunk. That'll be a great conversation.
That's the worst part about being drunk.
Dude, that's a bummer, man.
can't tell.
I've twisted my ankle before when I was drunk.
I
Oh,
roll
yeah.
my ankles over all the time. It's the
Apparently, me
worst.
and Jason read comic books. When
Yeah, we try at least.
Freaking Dr. Doom.
I really need to go back and
time.
read criminal
Yeah.
Sanity again.
Yep.
Probably.
I'm telling you, it's better the second time. I'm telling you, it's better.
Let's hit the X minute real quick.
Powers of X number 6. Jonathan Hickman, RB Silva, Pepe Larraz with some help here, and I'll get to that in a moment. Marte Gracia with David Curiel doing colors. Clayton Cal's doing the letters. Thanks, Clayton. Tom Muller still getting a shout out on that design. This issue was mainly a recap of what has happened in both House of X and Powers of 10, going as far as borrowing quite a few pages from the last issue of House of X, which was despicable. Save Marvel time, money, and resources while still getting me to buy another $6 comic.
The first half was,
Middle
the first
finger.
10 pages, yeah.
No, the last pages too, when they were talking about how awesome Krakoa was again. That was
there were some
all from
extra
House
things
of X.
added in there with Apocalypse sitting there also, and
A
there's a
little
little
bit,
extra
but
things, yeah. But the first 10 pages were all pure, yeah.
And then the last 5 pages were, one page was like Krakoan language, and then the other page was an ad. There were a lot of extra crap in this, but it was also a primer for the upcoming Dawn of X publishing initiative. Yeah, way too many ads. This did fill in the missing 6th life of Moira, but it also winds up making all of Moira's past lives simply examples. This is going to get deep, y'all, of existential questions instead of sort of warnings and lessons of what to do and what not to do. Because what they come to their main discovery, or at least our discovery, is that the mutants never win, right? And that's less of a pillar, to me anyway, to build a publishing initiative on, and more of an inevitability of all life. No life whatsoever gets out of existence alive. That's the point. So what point is telling us that the mutants never win?
Hank Williams wrote a song about it.
Exactly.
I mean, she found that out on Live 6, though. You know what I mean? Like, in all these lives and things we've seen them take place out of time, out of place, out of order. So they could definitely kind of, expand on a lot, dude. There's so much to go on and what's going to happen.
There is, but how do they come? All right, this is my thing. We learned that Moira will not allow precogs, okay? Because they'll ruin this ruse that Xavier and Magneto and Moira have.
And
so
don't they have an agreement to bring back, was it Mystique's friend? That is
they promised Mystique that they would bring back Destiny, but they're
not going to.
They're not going to do that. That's going to get into things later on. And again, it's just these promises, this potential that something's going to be cool later. But the meat of this is the new status quo that's been created is the best mutants have ever had it. And Moira has not experienced this in any of her other lives. So why are they such downers about the future? Why is Moira and Magneto and Xavier like, we never win? So why even try? And why are we trying? You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm still very excited about, Dawn of X going forward, but it seems like Hickman was supposed to quote unquote fix the X-Men with all this, and he didn't. He didn't fix their past. Their past is still just as confusing as it was. Basically, what he's done is he's just made their future just as confusing as their past. X-Men #1 is out next week, and I'm stoked. I can't wait.
That's my question. That's my question on the X-Minute. Does any of this matter?
Yes, all of it matters.
It does.
Yeah, it all matters. It all matters.
The whole Krakoan thing, the political setup with the Quiet Council, the trade agreements that they have with the rest of the world. They hinted at things. Remember House of X #1? They mentioned Franklin Richards. We never saw Franklin in any of this. Exactly. They never addressed any of that. The way that Destiny is a precog and they've promised Mystique that she's coming back. Little bits of drama that they can, weave a thread later on. It's all there. All that potential is there moving forward with the whole Dawn of X initiative. This was just a little bit of a disappointment.
They got to populate as well. You know what I mean? So it's like, is there going to be more of a love rectangle between Scott Summers, Jean Grey, Wolverine,
and Emma?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I would love.
Now we got to know geometry. Come on.
So my question is, if somebody dropped off this book and said, this is too much for me, he's blowing my mind. Yeah. X-Men #1's pointless.
No. You can still pick up on X-Men #1. The way Jonathan Hickman and all good comic book writers are going to write that. The first 3 pages are going to tell you everything you need to know about what's going on. the thing that confused you in Powers of 10 with the whole phalanx thing in the future, that ended up being a red herring, dude. That ended up being Moira's sixth life as revealed in this book. And all it showed was that mutants lose in another way by humans taking evolution into their own hands and genetically manipulating their own DNA to become awesome. And that's what happens.
I'm going to end up reading X-Men #1 because it's going to blow away the polls for Outright Geekery Book of the Week next week.
Probably.
And then I'm done. I think I'm over trying to read X-Men.
Well, you're going to read the Fallen Angels, though. You're going to read Brian Hill and Krudranski on that.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm reading all of it. I'm in it to win it. I can't
wait. There's going to be the X 30 minutes.
Yes. Well, no, because we're still only going to get one book a week. We're still probably only going to get one book a week.
X-Men cast.
X-Men, yeah, the X-Cast.
How messed up is it, just to recap the X-Minute, that we started this because Rosenberg was starting this awesome initiative.
And we're still rolling.
All these weird twists and turns that we've taken, and the X-Men still haven't technically rebooted to their brand new status quo. All these months later, it's really just been a crazy ride.
And we're just going to keep riding out the X. But next week, it's going to be weird because it's going to be the book of the week. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
it's
we just round up the X-Minute. We'll grind them all together.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's move on.
It'll be my turn to change how the show works, Jason. Gomer's Pile. We already did that. Let me go over here.
There's only one thing left to do. It's time to get into the Outright Geekery. Book of the week.
Pyro.
OutRightGeekery.com, your one-stop shop for news, reviews, previews, podcasts, everything geek at your fingertips. Also, a little talking balls and the wrestling council where Antonio is dropping the elbows and the leg drops. Check it out, OutRightGeekery.com. Yes, Chad Johnson, I do support the Inner Circle because they're amazing. Your leg's broken, so
oh my gosh, I can't. That just happened like 10 minutes ago. You're already dogging him for having a broken leg. Your leg's broken.
His leg is not broken. He's talking trash to me for not reading the X-Men. He's talking trash to me about liking the Inner Circle. Chad Johnson he's Adam's friend now. This is not Adam is in his inner circle.
Oh man, AEW is already bringing people together, all the fans together.
It's great, dude. You need to be watching it every week.
People keep telling me that. I keep petitioning Congress to add 2 more hours to each day so I can do it, but it's not happening.
Well, I love people that hate on it and don't watch it, but we got Chad Johnson watching it.
Everything.
It's been freaking great, man. Hey, Adam, you want to talk about this book?
Fear does not exist on this podcast. Does
that
it?
Me?
I've been waiting all week for that.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Get him a body bag.
Cobra Kai #1, written by Denton J. Tipton, art by Keegan MacLeod.
Oh, of Connor MacLeod. I loved him in Highlander.
Louis Antonio Delgado. And letters by Neil Utaki.
Thanks,
Thank
Neil.
you, Neil.
I believe I'm going to go with that confidently.
Sounds great.
You
nailed it.
Appreciate you saying you went with it confidently. That helped.
And so this is pretty much kind of like a retelling, ties into the original
Karate Kid,
and maybe the show as well. Also the show. But this is just taking us back through Johnny Lawrence's point of view as he was growing up in the Cobra Kai, and all his trials and tribulations, his glory days, his heartaches, and
Allie,
what just led him to those darn teenage angst. When
go ahead.
When Daniel's son had to do an illegal kick to the face to win.
Exactly. He had to cheat to win. He got beat up by an old man. That's a felony. Beating up a minor, that's a felony. Come on, Mr. Miyagi.
If they ever come out of the cave.
Hey, I like the Will Smith son Karate Kid. Eli, I love that.
Dude, I've never even seen that movie.
It's okay. I mean, it's
just
better than
want-
it's better than the
This is where I need one of
the
those little
girl one.
drums, the drums with the little balls hanging off the side. So
That was the best Karate Kid ever.
Yeah,
That's
live
the
or
best
die,
Karate
man.
Kid
And then he
ever.
honks his nose. Yeah, great freaking movie.
That's a
Boogie.
great movie. Karate Kid 2 is my Rocky 4. Great movie.
The best part of Karate Kid was the NES game where you could break the ice and catch the flies. We all know this to be true.
But the best part is when they had to go to court with Joe Pesci.
Yeah. And
The
Aunt
next
May
Karate
took
Kid is
the
like-
stand. Yeah, and Aunt May
Yeah,
took the
yeah.
stand and somehow knew a lot about cars. It was awesome.
The next Karate Kid's like Rocky 5.
Oh no, I don't think it's that good.
Oh,
Well,
God.
and that's pretty much it with this book so far.
Yeah.
We're just getting an introduction to.
How about the Rocky
I-
3 references, bro?
I would say
Yeah.
That was cool.
that
Although
this book.
nobody
this-
was saying anything about the Rocky 3 movie, and Allie just got up and was like, "Why you love this movie, Johnny?" It's like, "Shut up, Allie. Just let us enjoy the movie. You're ruining
Yeah.
it for everyone."
As soon as the quotes
Yeah.
popped up, I'm like, this is the
But
best
I'll-
part of the book.
I'll
Yeah,
say.
that
I'll
was
say.
I wish I had a Coors right now.
I'll say that
good.
this book was not needed, or probably not needed.
It
But
could have
Probably-
been needed.
But
it
if
could
you
have been.
I
But
liked it though. You guys didn't
All
like
right.
it, man.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
okay,
you like
wait,
this?
I liked
Alright.
it.
Completely
Dude, like
pointless.
8 pages were word for word from the freaking Karate Kid
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Okay,
The
hold
other
on.
half
Let me
was word
finish.
for word from the Cobra Kai show.
Let me
Eli's
finish.
making,
I didn't see Cobra
Eli's
Kai
making
show.
Outsiders reference.
Let me finish.
I love that movie, dude. That movie's great.
All right,
Say
this
Golden
book,
Pony Boy.
So this book was not needed, but if you enjoy backstory of supporting characters, like additional backstory, then you'll probably appreciate it. And I like getting additional backstory on
I had more
stuff.
fun with Eli's comment than I did reading this comic book.
Oh,
And I've
man.
watched the Cobra Kai show. I've seen the Karate Kid movie numerous times. You know,
Didn't Ryland Grant say he wanted to write Karate Kid?
he did. No, he wants to write Cobra Kai.
Man, I wonder what he would have wrote. What do you think?
Way better than
Man,
this.
I wonder
Way
what he
better
would
than
have done,
this.
man. I wonder what he would have done.
I don't even want to know because I want this to leave existence and have
Yeah.
somehow him be on this book because this was terrible. Adam said this wasn't important. This could have been important. Instead, it was the Cobra Kai show and the Karate Kid movie in comic book form and not done as well. It was so
Yeah.
bad. I hated this. Even
Why
the
do-
art was just okay.
That's aggressive.
Does no one wonder about Mr. Miyagi's like training and stuff?
We saw it all. Wax on, wax off. What else you need to know? Paint the fence.
That's
need to
all.
know.
That's all you want.
Oh, I mean,
Read
what
the
else is
poll.
there? I'm just. What do you want
His
him on the
younger days
pylons?
growing up, like in one of the movies, he
Karate's
just
for
like
losers,
Yeah,
man.
well, listen to Boogie. He does more karate than everyone. Karate's
Bull
for
crap.
losers.
No.
I don't do
Anybody
karate.
that asks me, they're like, I want to get my kid into martial arts. Yeah, karate's dancing, bro. Jiu-jitsu is where it's at. I will choke out a karate black belt today. Send them my way, bro.
I knew this
Karate
was
is for
happen when we
idiots.
talked
not
about
a,
Cobra
not if
Kai.
I
Boogie's
not
going
if-
to talk about how his Mortal Kombat training's going.
not if
I
I
don't,
give
I
you
don't
an
go. I
illegal
don't go
kick
in
to the
the
face.
match and go, yup, and do dancing. No, we
He's like a
simulate-
vegan with that. Hey,
we
did you guys know I'm doing
simulate death.
karate?
No, I don't do that either.
I'm going to call it that forever.
It's tattooed on my arm, but I don't do that.
Oh.
I'm just
Let's see
saying.
it.
I wish this
I,
book would have
I
been
need
better.
to see Boogie versus Karate now.
You find me a karate black belt, and I will.
Remember when
grapple with
UFC was that when they would match up?
him. And who won?
You're right.
Yeah, the smallest guy on the
Yeah,
mat. that
Hank
did jiu-jitsu.
Abbott.
No, okay. This book was okay. The nostalgia is what made it. It was just decent. The Rocky 3 references were cool. I've not watched the Cobra Kai Netflix series,
It's
and
free
I
now,
want to see it.
Check it out. It's pretty dope, dude.
thought maybe that's why I missed on this book, but
You did.
apparently not. You do think it impacted
Yeah,
it?
well, when he's talking to those kids, when Johnny's talking to those kids, it's a whole process of him, meeting some kids and thinking, what can I do with my terrible life? And he reopens Cobra Kai, and like Danny or whatever, the Karate Kid, LaRusso, he's an awesome dude, man. He's like got car dealerships. He's really successful, but it's sort of a role reversal where now Johnny's trying to find himself, and Danny's kind of the douchebag. LaRusso's kind of.
But see, I like that. I like seeing
very
Johnny.
good,
I
dude.
like the
Very
old
cool.
story. I don't need the flashback to the 80s. I just want to see Johnny now.
Yeah.
That was cool, but
Yeah.
Well, what about but in the show did Joe Pesci did he have a kid? Because Marissa Tomei's biological
That year,
clock was just ticking.
year Cadillac didn't have positronic steering.
There's no weight on the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got to think of it from like a comic book writer's perspective, where it's like, yeah, I think we got to write from like a comic book writer's perspective, where it's like you got to, maybe think about, okay, there's someone who's picking up this book who doesn't know anything about Karate Kid, so you got to put them in about like a little background.
A 30-year-old movie.
I know. I mean,
oh man, no. Even that Cobra Kai show's in its second season. This can't be a commercial for those things. This has to be more.
that's what it felt like.
This has to be more for fans of Cobra Kai to get something extra.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And I don't think I know they didn't get that because I'm a fan of Cobra Kai.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Dope.
You're right.
And it sucked. I love that. Say it again, Jason.
You're right.
Dang, dude, don't bite your lip. That made me uncomfortable.
Now we're getting demonetized.
Gomer Kai.
Oh, it's funny.
Gomer.
$1.99 for me.
Yeah, $1.99 for me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do $1.99.
There you go.
$1.99.
I love it. Jason loved it before we all started the review.
Yeah, I liked it.
We brought him down and we brought Adam up. New Comic Book Day, October 16th, 2019. What are you excited about? What are you picking up? The Outright Geekery Book of the Week Bowl is already on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
And X-Men has every vote.
I love
it, dude.
I can go ahead and say I did not see anything.
Oh, wow.
No,
Really?
what?
I got a few good things. I'm trying to keep my list of 3 a week.
Who's reading Something's Killing the Children #2?
Oh, part
I
2?
am. I know
Yeah, dude.
Eli Thrashjaw's in the chat. He's stoked for it too. Love that book. Such a good debut issue, man. That's on my list, book.
I hated on it.
I know.
But I still want to read issue 2. Dude, I think I want to pick up Inferior 5 #2. I loved that first issue. I loved it. I know you didn't. I liked it. I really liked it.
I am, though, Jeff Lemire picking up Gideon Falls #17.
Best book on the shelves.
Amen.
Feels so good. And Justice League #34 is on my list. James Tynion, Scott Snyder, Jim Chung doing the art. That's the year of the villain, the Doom War. So good. Best thing at DC, pound for pound.
When that book drops, I'll be 5 issues behind. Just stacking up on my nightstand.
I'm telling you, dude.
We got
sat down and started reading those. I bet you wouldn't be able to put them down.
Oh, I know.
It's so good. It's so good.
We got One Future, issue 3.
Call out of work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mountainhead #2 was good.
I didn't read it.
It was
We
good.
got Once in Future, issue 3.
Yes, still a fan of that Arthurian crap. Loving it. What else? What else on the list?
I'm trying to look, man.
Oh, sorry.
Adam's
Flash Forward #2.
No.
Nobody. Absolute Carnage #4. I'm still digging it, man.
Yeah.
What about the Marked #1 from Image Comics? You guys see that?
I don't know anything about it. It's very.
I looked at it. Not interested.
I am compelled just because I don't know anything about it. So I'll.
Yeah. What about
Trashy Tattoo People?
What about Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Batman Nightfall #1, and also Superman Smashes the Klan, issue 1 of 3?
Oh, I'm getting the multiverse thing. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm gonna read both of those definitely.
Yeah,
but I've already seen
I gotta check them
Batman.
out.
I've already seen Batman Smash the Klan. I don't care.
Yeah, I have that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that issue.
Quit picking on the Klan.
Superman, you're about what? Like how many years too late? Like 30 years late or something? Batman's already done it, bro.
I think that's what
You're
the book
a
is
bit
supposed
late.
to imply, that no, we still need Superman to smash the Klan.
Yo, Analog #9 from Gary Duggan.
Yeah, that's still, man.
I like it still, but still, it's not as good as it was. It was strong, we're hyped about it. Then the hype died out, man. It's like
it's become just like
really
another crime noir book, and there's so many of those, dude. Yeah. Oh man.
Well, Conan the Barbarian #9. Oh wait, no, that's issue 2.
I didn't listen to anything you guys said. I was texting. Sorry.
Texting.
So one comic.
Adam's going to read
Conan.
one comic book.
Yeah, one comic. All I need that one.
Savage Sword of Conan reading that.
William Pace says
One-
Boogie can't read books anymore. He's too busy with a million podcasts.
I know.
True.
Somebody put in the live chat. I don't even know what show it was on.
He's
and
too
they
busy
said-
beating up black belt karate.
They just said, dude, do you podcast every night? Adam, I'll
Jason
choke you out
does.
too. You want to go to jiu-jitsu? That'd be fun.
There's that Predators show too. You're going to do.
I don't
right?
need to.
That's never happening.
We can do an all sports show. Is what we need to do.
Dude, I just slash your tires and then drive away while flipping you off.
See, I don't have to watch anything to do an all sports show.
You
know?
don't?
No, I just watch
Give
the
other
highlights.
people-
20
other
minutes
people's-
a day. I'm done.
Wow.
I can do that. Coming soon to Outright Geek, your podcast network. This Geek in Sports.
Adam's been going to do we have the live chats at the highest number since we started as we're about to sign off.
Because we're talking smack.
Make sure you at least smash the like button. We'd appreciate it.
I'll listen to Boogie. Please just.
Smash the like button like you'd smash a black belt karate.
Yeah, we need to hang that one on the wall. That's one we're going to use a lot.
Hey, Big Frank's here. Thanks for showing up the last 2
Oh,
minutes.
dude, he showed up. I mean, I think he passive-aggressive
Oh,
about
get him, Boogie.
I mean, he showed up unlike Jason did for the pre-show.
Hey, I didn't get my car or my invite, bro.
Oh, dude. Oh man, it's like shade is getting thrown left and right,
That's
man.
all.
Dark
Wrap
in
it up
here.
for ComicCast.
This has been- this-
issue number 165 for Adam Wade Adams for Comics Misexplained.
What? It's like you
For
forgot
Gaumer.
your name, Jake.
I'm Boogie Bentley. See you guys next week at 7 o'clock.